Welcome to regional baseball in Indiana. The IHSAA Class 4A Regional Championship taking place at Carroll High School. We're pleased to bring you the Snider Panthers and the Huntington North Vikings. I am Brett Rump along with Dean Pantazi. Huntington North comes in. What a year they have had under Nolan Brimberry. 21-4, currently ranked in the top 20 in the state. The Snider Panthers, 14-10 overall under their head coach, Josh Klinkenbeard. And we're going to see a couple of sophomore hurlers that will actually be on the mound. For the Huntington North Vikings, they're going to put on the bump Caden Poehler, who had a 7-2 season. And for the Snider Panthers, their hopes will rely on sophomore Pete Mormon. It's a Mormon and Mormon law firm battery today for the Snider Panthers, with Pete Mormon a 4-2 record on the mound, and his brother Jack Mormon, a senior, hopefully a guy that can keep his younger brother calm behind the plate. But we welcome you to our regional baseball. One team, I don't think a huge surprise, Huntington North. We knew they were probably the favorites in their sectional, the Southside sectional. But for Snider, kind of a wide open Carroll sectional, and Snider played enough ball to be able to advance to today's regional.
They haven't really had that standout type of season, but they got hot and won the games they needed to, which is postseason, and that's why they're here today.
Knocked off the host, the Carroll Chargers, to win the sectional, and now they're right back here on Carroll's field for regional baseball. And we're ready to get underway a couple of minutes early as Huntington North steps into the box, or correction, it's Snider stepping into the box. And the first hitter for the Panthers is going to be Adrian Goyle, a sophomore second baseman, who takes the first pitch for ball one. Right-hander Caden Poehler on the mound. Throws a breaking pitch down and away, and quickly Poehler is behind Goyle 2-0.
You mentioned that one team would be favored here, and that would be Huntington North, because they've won 18 of their last 20.
The 2-0 pitch, a high fastball, lined and snared by shortstop Zach Kindler. Climbing the ladder, went up and took a hit away from Goyle on a sharp line drive on the 2-0 pitch, and that's the first out in the top of the first inning.
We got the wind blowing out pretty strong here. It's blowing our stuff all over the place. But a ball gets up in the air to right and right center field, it's going to get some help.
Second batter for the Panthers here in the top of the first inning is Gideon Snavely, the freshman younger brother of Isaiah, who will bat next. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Snavely, a 281 average on the season, one double, knocked in 16. And the 0-1 pitch, big breaking ball in for a strike, and it's an 0-2 hole for Gideon Snavely.
There is a big crowd here from Huntington, off to our left.
Lined up all the way from home down the third base side to the left field corner, and that pitch on the 0-2 is fouled out of play. We'll do it again.
Everybody likes to follow a winner, and that's been Huntington North this year.
Poehler gets the sign and delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. A good job by Cooper Smock, their freshman catcher, to block it at the plate. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gideon Snavely. Righty matchup. Full wind up. Poehler delivers, and a curveball that's tapped at the plate, foul. Well, checking the Huntington North Vikings defensively in the outfield, left to right, Parker Doherty, Jimmy Linker, and Braylon Gertis. Infield, third to first, Nate Bowman, Zach Kindler, Braden Freiberger, and Tyler Williams. Behind the plate, freshman catcher Cooper Smock, and on the mound, Caden Poehler. Again, the 1-2 pitch, and that ball is swung on and missed. Fastball just blew it by him, and quickly 2 away, top of the first inning, and it will be Isaiah Snavely coming up exactly the way that Huntington North wants Snavely to step to the plate, and that is with the bases empty. Snavely, a .455 average. Left-handed batter, takes the first pitch outside. 9 doubles, 3 triples, and 5 long balls this season for a highly touted junior. Pitches up and in on a fastball, and it's 2-0.
5 homers in just 25 games. Do the math. That would go out to a pretty nice total over a longer season.
Tough count for Poehler, the 2-0, and that's high and outside, and it's 3-0. And don't be surprised here if Snavely has the green light. You've got Snavely clearly the standout hitter in this Snider lineup. And he takes a 4-pitch walk. Tying outside, ball 4. Snavely trots down to first with 2 outs.
You get the idea they didn't want any part of him?
That's, well, if you look at the statistics, I would say that's a very smart move. There's a reason that Huntington North comes into this game with a 21-4 record. Part of that reason is you don't pitch to guys that hit 455 with 5 dingers when behind them you got a couple of hitters that are under 300. Including cleanup hitter Jack Mormon, who steps in now. 273 on the season, and he has no home runs. Slow curveball breaks in for a strike, 0-1.
Ready, yo? Come on, kid.
Snavely, who drew the walk, the 2-out base runner, takes his lead off first base. Quick check of the runner. He throws over, and not a close play. Third baseman Nate Bowman almost even with the baseline, and a pitch fouled straight back into the screen, and it's 0-2 now on Mormon.
Well, you mentioned that the Huntington North fans had filled up down the third baseline. They did a pretty good job with the bleachers down the first baseline, too.
Yeah, they've taken both sides of the ballpark. A lot of red. Snider with black jerseys, gray pants, designated as the visitors. Huntington in an all-white pinstripe. In the air, fairly deep into left center, but drifting over with room to make the play is left fielder Parker Doherty. He'll make the catch. The side retired, and Snider goes down in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, and a runner left on base. To the bottom of the first we go, scoreless here in the Carroll Regional Championship game. Presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Snider fails to score in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of our opening frame, and it will be Huntington North coming to bat, taking a look at the Vikings lineup. Leading off will be Jimmy Linker, the center fielder. It's 333. Second hitter, Zach Kindler, a senior shortstop. Hitting in the 3 spot, Nate Bowman, a junior third baseman. Cleanup hitter is big Tyler Williams, the senior first baseman. Comes in with a 324 average. Fifth hitter, Braden Freiberger, a sophomore second baseman. Ty Averill, the designated hitter. He is a junior with a 250 average, batting 6th. Batting 7th, Parker Doherty. He's a junior left fielder with a 284 average. Batting 8th, Cooper Smock, the freshman catcher, at 284 on the season. And the 9th hitter, Braylon Gertis, a sophomore right fielder with a 326 average. Taking a look at the Huntington North defense, the Snider defense that will line up behind lefty Pete Mormon. It'll be in the outfield, Logan Buggy in left. Jonathan Diesler is in center. Rayton Morrow will man right. Infield third to first, Gideon Snively, Isaiah Snively. At second is Adrian Goyle, and Hayden Maple is at first. Behind the plate, Jack Mormon. And on the mound, Pete Mormon comes in with a 4-2 record. On the year, he's got a 2.06 earned run average. It's his 15th game that he has appeared in. About half of Snider's games, you'll find Mormon doing the pitching. 47 2/3 innings of work. 39 hits, 31 runs, only 14 of them earned. He has struck out 49 while walking 24.
One of the advantages Snider will come, or I should say Huntington North comes into this thing, a team ERA of 2.09. Snider reputedly has had some problems on the mound, but it's not that bad with the ERA total of 3.65. But still, that's a pretty good disparity in the pitching level.
Jimmy Linker, a senior center fielder, starts things off for the Vikings here in the top of the first inning. A scoreless game. Linker, a 333 hitter on the year. 8 doubles, 3 triples. Also has 1 home run. Mormon delivers, and it's lined and fair down the left field line. Linker makes the turn, and he will put on the brakes and be satisfied with a single as Buggy out there in left field got to it quickly. But 1 pitch, 1 base runner for the Huntington North Vikings on the leadoff single from Jimmy Linker.
Which could have been a lot more if the grass hadn't been a little high, because that thing just died out there about halfway down the line.
Zach Kindler bats. And the first pitch, that's line the opposite way through the hole into right field. Station to station. Linker will stop at second. And back-to-back hard-hit baseballs for base hits for Huntington North. They got something working here in the bottom of the first.
Was it back-to-back pitches, too?
Yeah. Left-hander Pete Moorman now facing Nate Bowman, junior third baseman, right-handed hitter, and the curveball comes in the back door on the outside corner for a called strike. Third baseman Gideon Snavely, even with the bag. And the pitch is chopped to Snavely at third. He charges, so his only play is to throw across the diamond to first base. That'll retire Bowman, but the runners do advance into scoring position, second and third with one away for Huntington North and cleanup hitter Tyler Williams.
Ball was chopped up with a couple of high hops, and that was the only play they had at first base. But so the effect of a sacrifice, the runners move up.
Williams, a big right-handed hitter, facing the southpaw, Pete Moorman for Snider. And the first pitch is just a little low and outside for ball one. Williams with a .324 average, 4 doubles, 1 home run. He's knocked in 20 on the season. He's got a chance to do damage early here for the Huntington North Vikings with 2 in scoring position and just 1 out in a scoreless bottom of the first inning.
Short conference at the mound. That might have been the say that now you got a runner at second base. He might be flashing some things on signals.
Jimmy Linker, the runner at third. Zach Kindler, the runner out at second base for the Vikings. And the pitch. Grounded to short. Isaiah Snavely up with it, bobbles temporarily, but plenty of time to throw to first and retire Williams. But it is an RBI ground out because coming in to score the game's first run from third is Jimmy Linker. Huntington North strikes early. They lead it 1-0.
Good teams are opportunistic, and the Vikings showing that putting the contact in to make sure that at least that 1 run came in, and they've still got a guy on third they'd like to get home to.
So a pair of ground outs, and now you've got a runner at third with 2 away for Braden Freiberger, who takes a curveball outside for ball one. Freiberger, .342 average on the year, just a sophomore. And the pitch, that's downstairs. 2-0.
Come on, kid. Come on, Braden.
Tell you, not a lot lost in this Huntington North lineup looking ahead to next year. The 2-0, curveball, and it just didn't quite get back to the plate. Stayed outside. And it is 3-0 on Freiberger. Kindler takes the lead off third, and the 3-0 pitch, and that's down and in. It's a 4-pitch walk to Freiberger with 2 outs that puts runners on the corners for Ty Averill, the Vikings' designated hitter.
You really don't want to leave that guy on third. You got to early on. You want to put in as many as possible, and there's a guy just hanging there 90 feet away that could double your lead.
First and third, 2 outs, and the pitch to Averill. He'll throw to first, and he got him picked off. The lefty picks off Freiberger over at first base, and that will end the Vikings first. But Huntington North does get a run across, starting the inning with back-to-back base hits. Eventually, the run comes in on a ground ball to short. So in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits and a runner left on base. We've completed 1 full inning, and Huntington North leads it 1-0 over the Snider Panthers on the high school baseball game of the week. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Brady Keck starts the second for the Snider Panthers, and the first pitch is low and outside for ball one from Caden Puller, who goes out to the mound here in the second with a 1-0 lead. The 1-0. A fastball on the outer edge to even up the count. Keck on the season, .226 average, 4 doubles, a triple, no homers. Designated hitter hitting in the 5 spot for Snider. This pitch fouled straight back and out of play, and it's a 1-2 count now on Keck. After Keck, it'll be Raiden Morrow and Hayden Maple due up for Snider. finds themselves down to the state's 19th ranked team, the Huntington North Vikings. The righty delivers. It's chopped on the ground right to second. Freiberger on 3 hops, fields it, throws, and retires Keck at first.
The right fielder, number 20, Braden Morrow.
Braden Morrow, sophomore right fielder, due up next. He bats from the left side. 388 average. Done pretty well with the extra bases, too. A couple of doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs. First pitch, high and outside. Well, you look at him and you wonder if any of those homers were inside the park because he's just a small guy. I know he's got good speed. He pinch ran last year as a freshman. And another pitch, high and away, 2-0. Caden Puller, 7-2 record on the year for Huntington North. He's been their workhorse. Here comes the pitch, and it is a 3-0 count. He missed again, high and outside. Snider trying to get a base runner aboard, down by 1, batting top of the second. And the pitch, a 4-pitch walk. He threw it to the same exact spot 4 times in a row. Missed it high and outside.
First baseman, number 2, Hayden Maple.
So 1 out base runner for the Panthers, Hayden Maple, junior first baseman, will step into the right-handed batter's box. Maple, 279 average on the year, 3 doubles. And the pitch, curveball in there for a strike, 0-1. Morrow takes the lead off first. Quick snap throw over. Morrow dives back well ahead of the throw.
He's got a big hole to hit in right center field.
The set and Puller's delivery. That's a fastball that pops the glove in the zone. And quickly he's ahead of Maple, 0-2. 1 out, top of the second inning. The 0-2, there goes the runner, curveball taken, and the throw down, a high throw, but they got the tag down on the back of Morrow. What a job by Kindler to go up high to catch it and quickly swipe down to get Morrow just before his diving hand got to the base.
He had to do that quickly, too, because as you said, the high throw was up near the shoulders, and he got him going by. Very close play.
The pitch, a curveball high, so it's 1-2. He picked the right pitch to run on. Had a pretty good jump and a bad throw, and Huntington North still got him at second. The 1-2 is high and outside. It's 2-2. You can hear the gusting winds here at Carroll. And we are out in the elements. Slow curveball swung on and missed. And that will finish the Panthers' second. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base through an inning and a half. It is a 1-0 Huntington North lead over the Snider Panthers in the Class 4A Regional at Carroll High School. It's presented on 1380 The Fan by PSM Baseball. Huntington North comes to bat, bottom of the second inning with a 1-0 lead. They'll send up hitters 6, 7, and 8 to face sophomore left-hander Pete Moorman. It'll be Ty Averill, who was actually at the plate when the runner got picked off to end our first inning. He's the Huntington North designated hitter, 250 average, 4 doubles, no triples, a homer, 20 knocked in on the season. He'll be followed by Parker Doherty and Cooper Smock. Moorman looks in to his older brother to get the sign, and the pitch, and that is lined right to third baseman Gideon Snavely. He'll make the catch, and there is 1 away.
You don't mind giving up contact if that's where it ends up.
It's the second ball we have had hit on the screws that has been caught by an infielder. So 1 away for Parker Doherty, junior left fielder with a 284 average, right-handed batter against the southpaw. The first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Huntington North has just 3 seniors among their 9 starters. Here's the 0-1. That's outside, evens up the count.
Young teams we have seen up and down this season so far.
Yeah, the next couple of years will be bright in Northeast Indiana when it comes to high school baseball. The 1-1 shows bunt, puts it down. It's a good bunt, but it hit him on his way down to first, and he's out. It was in fair territory. Took a couple of hops right down the first base line and got just in front of him, and he ran right through it.
I think it hit the ground and probably curved on into him. Not much he could have done. What is that, a two unassisted?
It's a good question. Yeah, I think we'll put it down as 2 unassisted because no one's auditing our scorecard.
Yep.
So there's 2 away. The bases are empty for number 8 hitter Cooper Smock, a freshman catcher for the Huntington North Vikings. And right now you've got a discussion. Nolan Brimberry comes in from his third base coaching box, wants to ask about that play.
Well,
and there's not much to ask. If the ball was in fair territory, it was clearly outside the batter's box.
And on top of that, the first base umpire's got a clear look at it. And the home plate umpire isn't that far away.
Yeah, the home plate umpire, it's his call. He's watching if the ball is fair, and once it hits the runner, if it was in fair territory, there's not a whole lot to debate here.
And there won't be much of a debate because they're going right back to the coach's box, and we will play on.
I mean, you can't argue that it hit him because it came right up and hit him in the chest.
Come on, boys.
So the discussion's over with 2 outs. Smock steps in. Lefty-righty matchup, and slider that's chopped foul at the plate. And it's quickly 0-1 on Smock, who hit .284 this year, 6 doubles. No triples, no homers. He's knocked in 15, and a pitch goes low. It evens up the count 1-1. Pete Mormon, sophomore lefty, with the 1-1 pitch, a tie, 2-1. Got a sophomore on the mound, a freshman at the plate.
Come on, Carroll.
1-0 Huntington North, batting bottom of the second. Pitch, low and inside, 3-1. Number 9 hitter Braylon Gertis on deck, hoping to get a shot here in the bottom of the second. Hitters count, 3-1. And at the knees, taken for a strike, and we've gone the distance. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Smock waving the bat, waiting for the payoff, and he swings and misses, and that is strikeout number 1 for Pete Mormon. 1, 2, 3, down go the Huntington North Vikings here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So we've played 2 complete, and Huntington North a slim edge, 1-0 over the Snider Panthers on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week. The Carroll 4A Regional Championship on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Here at the Carroll 4A Regional Championship game, Brett Rump with Dean Pantazi. Adam Lundy, back from Sin City, is our studio producer today, and we're going to welcome him back with about 6 hours of work in the studio, because right after us, we've got Tin Caps baseball tonight down at Parkview Field, as they will try to flip things around against Lake County. Two leads this week of 6-0 and 6-1, and the Tin Caps have lost both games against the captains.
But I'll tell you, there was a nice power display by one of the Tin Caps last night.
Jake Cunningham, his first 3 at-bats, 3 home runs.
And no doubters on each one of them.
He became just the 4th Tin Cap to hit 3 home runs in a game, and the last time it happened, Robert Hassel III back in 2022. But let's get back to baseball here at the Class 4A Regional as Snider comes to bat in the top of the 3rd inning. And they will put up hitters 9-1 and 2, or rather 8-9 and 1. It starts with Jonathan Diesler. He is a freshman, 217 average. And the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Right-hander Caden Poehler gets the sign, works from the full windup. And time is called. Poehler, just a sophomore. We've got a pair of sophomore pitchers. And that pitch misses badly, 1-1. After Diesler, Pete Mormon will get a chance to help himself. He's the on-deck hitter hitting in the 9 spot. Low and away, 2-1.
Come on, kid.
Polar winds, delivers, and that's high and outside. It's 3-1 on the number 8 hitter, leading off the Snider third in a 1-0 game. Huntington North. A run in the first. The 3-1 taken for a strike, 3-2. Can Polar come back from the 3-1? The windup and the payoff. And just outside. We're second level down the third base line, so we don't have a great angle with just how close that pitch was. But from what we could see, it didn't miss by much. But it's a leadoff walk here in the third. And the tying run aboard. Diesler trots down to first for Pete Mormon. Well, do you bunt here?
At the way this ball game is going, that might not be a bad strategy.
Mormon's got a .325 average. It's a righty-lefty matchup. And he shows bunt and jumps out of the way of a pitch down and in. .325 average with 3 doubles. He's knocked in 9 runs. Huntington North expecting the bunt. Nate Bowman, third baseman, playing about 15 feet in on the grass, and we've got a timeout. Coming out to talk to his pitcher and entire infield is Nolan Brimberry, Huntington North's head coach.
I think this may be a thing. Let's talk defense.
Yeah.
How are we going to handle this bunt?
Yeah, wants to make sure everybody's on the same page, because the other thing you can do, and we've seen teams do this, is show bunt, go to a delayed steal, or just a straight steal and bunt. Try to get a guy first to third.
And Brimberry is out there alerting his team of all of those possibilities.
Well, and think about it. If Diesler takes off and he bunts it down the third base line, you've got the third baseman charging, and it might be a chance to go first to third if the shortstop isn't alertly moving over to cover third base. Here's the pitch. The bunt is down third base side. Charging is Bowman. He'll make the play at first, and a successful sacrifice for Pete Mormon. As Diesler runs down to second base, he's now in scoring position for the top of the order.
He made sure. He just really squared out to make sure he was going to get straight contact on that.
Yeah, and with the thick grass here at Carroll, he was able to push it pretty firmly down the third base line and still force a tough play. Curveball to Adrian Goyle is in there for a strike. 0-1 on the Panthers' leadoff man, batting for the second time, and he hit a scorcher on the line to shortstop his last time up that was snared by Kindler. The set and the pitch. Swung at a breaking ball in the dirt. It gets underneath the catcher, and then Diesler's going to try to get to third, and he is out by a mile.
And that's conservative.
Smock had it go through his legs, but it didn't even get out of the dirt around home. Smock went back 3 steps. Diesler got a late jump, and the throw is perfect down to third baseman Nate Bowman. And now there's 2 outs, bases empty, and an 0-2 count. Inning completely changes on one pitch. And a curveball lifted in the air to left field. Doherty camps under it, makes the catch, and Polar faces the minimum here in the top of the third inning. So no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Time to go to the bottom of the third with Huntington North leading at 1-0 over the Snider Panthers on your PSM Baseball Game of the Week. On 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Huntington North comes to bat bottom of the third inning with a 1-0 lead here at the Carroll Regional. And boy, if you watch the weather this week, we didn't know what we would get coming out here. The forecast just changed almost on an hourly basis. First it was storms in the evening, and then it was storms in the morning, and we had the storms this morning. So for those of you that haven't followed high school baseball today, Blackhawk Christian got delayed. They were supposed to play their regional at 11 a.m. here at Carroll, and they did not start till 12:30, but it was worth the wait. Blackhawk Christian defeats Caston in the 1A regional 12-6. And so the Braves heading to Saturday semi-state.
Come on, boy.
Huntington North sends up hitters 9-1-2, and the first pitch lifted left field corner, and the wind pushing it, and it drops just fair on the warning track. Grounding first, hitting to second is Braylon Curtis. He's got a leadoff double, helped by the wind and where that line's painted, because that couldn't have been more than about 1 foot fair.
And in all honesty, the left fielder kind of nonchalanted that one.
So something shaken for Huntington North here in the bottom of the third with a 1-0 lead. Vikings back to the top of the order. Jimmy Linker, who singled and scored the only run back in the first inning.
I could see a bunt here.
Well, Linker can certainly run. Open stance, right-handed batter, and he'll swing away, but he takes the first pitch for ball one. No sign of a bunt on the first pitch. Linker, a .333 hitter. And the pitch, and he'll swing and foul this one out of play.
Come on, Jimmy.
For Braylon Curtis, just his second double of the year. He's got the lead off second and the 1-1 pitch. And now he does show bunt, and he fouls it straight back.
He may have tried that simply because he saw the infielders did not pinch at all. I mean, they were playing pretty straight up.
Gideon
and still are.
Snavely, the third baseman, a step behind the baseline. Now 2 strikes, so you'd figure that he's swinging away here. And the pitch, slow curveball, and it stayed outside to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Linker. Curtis, the lead off second. The pitch, slow breaking ball, ring him up, caught the outside corner, and Linker can't believe it. Looked like a generous strike from up here, but a curveball that just trimmed the outer edge, and Linker goes down looking, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the third, and a big out for Pete Moorman. Now he's got Zach Kindler, who also singled in the first inning. Pitch high and outside, ball 1. Curtis still at second base. And that's why it was a big out, because the runner didn't get to advance to third with less than 2 outs. And this ball lined towards center field. It is down, and it skims past center fielder Jonathan Diesler. Extra bases for Kindler, and the run comes home. And then the throw to third is thrown away. It bounced off the facing of the dugout, and fortunately there is fencing at that dugout, because that ball went flying over the head of third baseman Gideon Snavely. And the crazy thing was Kindler was standing on second base when it happened, so he had no chance to advance past second. And the fencing saved. And they're going to ask about whether or not it was considered in the dugout.
It's an automatic call. You don't make that delayed.
And it is, to me, it looked like it bounced off the facing of the dugout. There's a little bit of a half fence in front of the dugout. It never went past that, and so runner still at second base. And the hitter is Nathan Bowman. And a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch for strike 1. So a pair of doubles in the inning and a run across 2-0. Huntington North now leads it, batting in the bottom of the third. Kindler, the leadoff second, and this one fouled over the first base dugout. 0-2 on Bowman, a .386 hitter. The set, check at second, and the pitch. Right down the middle. Took it for strike 3. That's the second hitter caught looking. But it's been back and forth this inning. A double, caught looking, another double, and caught looking. And now it's Tyler Williams who would love to keep that pattern up. Bats for the second time, grounded out to short. His only time up in the first inning, and in the process picked up an RBI, his 21st of the year. First pitch misses, down and away for ball one. 2-0 home Huntington North. And fastball's in there at the letters for a strike. Kindler takes the lead off second.
Not a big lead.
The set by the lefty, and Mormon delivers, and a curveball that breaks in for a strike, and he's ahead of Williams. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure he agrees with that call all that much.
And we're going to get a conference. Clear the head of Tyler Williams coming in. Nolan Brimberry from his third base coaching box, and he meets Williams between home and third. Quick word, and then Williams right back to the box.
Get your head back in the game.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second, and a curveball chopped on the ground toward third. Charging Snavely, a throw across the diamond, perfect. And in time. And that will end the Huntington North third. But a pair of doubles produces another run. And after 3, it is now 2-0. Huntington North leading it over the Snider Panthers in the Class 4A Regional Championship at Carroll. Presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Turning the page to our 4th inning. And it is Snider coming to the plate with Snavely set to lead off. Gideon Snavely, Isaiah Snavely, and then Jack Mormon, the 3 hitters. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Snider. Right-hander Caden Poehler for Huntington North, now with a 2-0 lead. And the first pitch is popped in the air, shallow center field. Freiberger gives way to his center fielder, Jimmy Linker, who calls him off, and Linker will make the catch for out number 1.
The easiest call in the world. I'll get the guy who's coming in because he's got the best look at the ball.
So that goes as a F8 in your scorebook. And there's 1 out for Isaiah Snavely. Snavely drew a walk his first time up. 1 of 3 that the Panthers have earned at the plate. The set, the pitch, and a fastball. Same spot he's been struggling with, is high and away on left-handed hitters. Right-hander ready to throw to the left-handed hitter, and he hits it in the air, deep left center field. Back is Linker. He's looking up, and it is gone! Over the center field wall, the 6th homer of the year for Isaiah Snavely, and Snider on the board here in the top of the 4th inning.
Wynn got that one and took it out of here.
They didn't throw him a strike his first at bat, and now you know why. The first strike that Isaiah Snavely sees, and he deposits it right over the center field wall, straight away center field. So 1 out and a 1-run game. 2-1 now. The lead cut in half. And the first pitch to Jack Mormon is up high for ball 1, and you've got a little energy now in that Snider dugout. The pitch, swing and a miss, evens it up 1-1 on the senior catcher, who flew out to left field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Came in hitting .273. Poehler up and in, 2-1.
That was Snider's first hit. I just looking at my board.
Yeah, I've got it as their first hit. Snavely came in with a .455 average, and only a couple of other hitters, well, 3 that were over 300, but only 1 other hitter that's above 333, and that's Braden Morrow. It's in the hole. That ball slapped in the air, right field line, long chase for Gertis, and Gertis will run it down and make the catch just inside the right field foul line.
He was on that all the way. He had picked that one up from the crack of the bat and was on it all the way. Nice glide over to, I'd say about the 350 point and got it out.
So 2 outs, the bases are empty for designated hitter Brady Keck. Keck, a grounder right to second base. It's 0 for 1. And the pitch, that's fouled out of play, and it's an 0-1 count. Snider on the board here in the 4th. Huntington North got a single run in the first and added another run in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-1 game. And the set for Polar. Working from the stretch now with the bases empty, and that is hit on the ground. 1 hop to short. Kindler with a good throw, and that will finish off the Panthers' 4th. But 1 hit and a run on the home run by Isaiah Snavely. Nobody left on base. We're halfway through the Class 4A Regional Championship at Carroll, and it's Huntington North leading it 2-1 over the Snider Panthers on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. It's a rematch for a Class 4A Regional Championship. Back in April 21st, these two teams met. Huntington North won it 10-5. Little different game halfway through here in the Carroll 4A Regional Championship, with Huntington North leading it 2-1, and the Vikings come to bat with hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up against Snider ace Pete Moorman, a sophomore left-hander.
I would guess it was a little cooler and a little not probably as bright as it is today.
Well, and being a non-conference game for the Vikings, not sure who took the mound. In fact, it wouldn't have been a conference game for either team, so Snider may have not thrown their best on the mound as well. So Braden Freiberger steps in, walked and got picked off first base. It's only time up to end the first inning. First pitch is high and outside, and that is ball 1. Freiberger, a sophomore second baseman. Right-handed batter against the southpaw. And this one lined towards center field on his Diesler, and he will make a running catch on the liner to shallow center, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th.
Number 7, Ty Averill.
Ty, come on, kid.
Wind no help on that one. You needed that one to bite and get down, and stayed in the air long enough for Diesler to catch up to it. So with 1 out, it is Ty Averill, right-handed hitter, and he reaches out in front and swings at a low breaking pitch for strike 1. Averill, 250 hitter, line to third baseman Gideon Snavely, his first time up. He's 0 for 1, and he takes that one in the dirt, and the count's even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pete Moorman from the stretch, and that ball lined down the left field line, and it's foul. Just hooked to the foul side of that foul line, and close. But a long strike makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the designated hitter for the Huntington North Vikings. The set for Moorman and the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Evens up 2-2. Southpaw against the right-handed hitter. 1 out, bases are empty. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the 2-2 pitch, that's up high, and it's gone the distance.
Huntington North would like to get that run back. One run margin at any point in the game is not comfortable.
Moorman has walked just 1 batter in the game. And that one squibbed off the end of the bat, and a good play by Moorman moving off the mound to his left to backhand it, throw to first, and the out is recorded.
That is a benefit of being the left-handed pitcher. He was moving toward the play where the ball was, and he had a pretty easy play to do it.
So 2 outs, and the bags are empty for Parker Doherty. Doherty put down a bunt, and as he was running to first in fair territory, it bounced up and hit him. So that's his day. He's 0 for 1, and he takes a curveball for strike one.
It was just a hard luck thing. I can recall the play because he was going straight down the line, and it probably best spun back and got him.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 hole for Doherty. 284 batter. Junior left fielder for the Huntington North Vikings. The set and the pitch. And that's fouled out of play.
Wind's gusting pretty good now, Brett. Blowing pretty hard out to right field.
Get one up in the air, and it's going to get some carry, especially from center to right. Still an 0-2 count. And the pitch in the dirt. Doherty won't bite, and it's 1-2. Mormon has gone the distance for the Panthers. 4-2 record this year. ERA just above 2 on the season. And the pitch. Fastball, and that is just inside.
Didn't miss by much.
No,
either at the knees or inside.
The way it was caught, it had to be just off the edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Doherty. Number 7 hitter on the lineup card for Huntington North. The set, the pitch, high and outside, and again it's gone the distance. Well, Mormon has only walked 1, struck out 3 so far.
He's danced around some trouble, but and done a pretty good job.
The pitch, check swing, and they'll say yes, he went, and that's strikeout number 4 to end the bottom of the 4th. For Pete Mormon. Tight game here to decide a Class 4A regional title. 4 in the books. It is a 2-1 Huntington North lead. It's presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Other than a bit of a wind gust, it's been a beautiful afternoon. Once again, the first game here at Carroll in a Class 1A regional championship. Blackhawk Christian defeated Caston 12-6, and Blackhawk Christian advances to a 1A semi-state next Saturday.
2A action at Bremen. Bluffton is off to a 3-0 lead in the 5th inning. Actually, that's at Northwood against Bremen.
Snider, right fielder.
So Snider comes to bat in the 5th, and it starts with 6, 7, and 8 in their order. Raiden Morrow bats for the second time. Drew a walk his first time up. And the pitch outside, ball 1. Interesting that 2 of the 3 walks for Polar have been against left-handed hitters. That fastball on the outer edge, and it'll even up the count. 1-1 on Morrow. Impressive 388 average this year, and he sprayed around some extra base hits as well. This pitch popped in the air, and it's just over our heads into the seats to our left down the third base line. Couple of doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs. Second on the team with 21 RBI. That's high and outside. Evens up 2-2 on Morrow. Huntington North single runs in the first and third. Snider, a solo shot from Isaiah Snavely, made it 2-1. That's where we stand with Panthers batting, top of the 5th. The 2-2. And that's lined towards center field, but it will hang in the air long enough for Jimmy Linker to take a few steps in and make the catch for out number 1.
First baseman, number 2, Hayden Maple.
Hayden Maple, junior first baseman for the Panthers, bats for the second time after striking out the second. Started the day with a .279 average. Right-hander Caden Polar on the mound. Right-handed hitter Hayden Maple at the plate, and the first pitch is up high for ball 1. Polar started the day with a 1.56 earned run average. And a curveball in the dirt. 2-0.
Come on, boys.
Polar just a sophomore. 7-2 for the Vikings this year. The set and the pitch. And it's chopped on the ground right side of the infield. Over to his left is second baseman Braden Freiberger, but he bobbles it. And that's going to allow Maple to reach first base. He had to range pretty far to his left, but the ball right into the heart of the glove and then skipped out. I'm not sure how that one's going to be scored.
Had to be a tough call because he had to go to his left, and he would have to square himself around and make a really off-balance throw. And I think he was trying to hurry that throw and didn't even make the pickup.
I think they've put an error on the board. So we'll put it as an E4. And the runner on for Jonathan Diesler, who walked his first time up, and he takes a pitch up and in there for a strike. 0-1. Throw to first. Diving back is Maple. Diesler, a freshman, batting for the right-handed batter's box, and he takes it low. It's 1-1.
Come on, boys.
The set for Polar and the pitch. That's in there for a strike, taking all the way. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maple still at first. 2-1 game. Huntington North, the slimmest of leads. Panthers batting, top of the 5th inning. Polar brings the 1-2 and a ball fouled. The count stays 1-2 on Diesler. 217 hitter. 3 doubles, no triples, no homers. And the pitch. That's up high. 2-2. Got someone throwing down the left field line. In fact, both bullpens busy right now. The pitch. And it's grounded. Too short. Weakly charging is Kindler. He'll throw on the run, and he throws it away off the glove of Williams at first. And both runners are going to be advanced. The ball got out of play, and so both runners move up to second and third. Maple now at third. Diesler goes to second, and a couple of miscues on the infield. Kindler charged the weak roller, but didn't make an accurate throw to his first baseman, and now it's set up a chance for Snider to take the lead. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second, and it's number 9 hitter Pete Mormon who can help himself.
Looked to me like that throw tailed away from the first baseman because he was running and throwing at the same time, and it might have come out of his hands with that little bit of a spin and tailed it away.
2 errors in the inning. Set the table for Mormon. Left-handed batter against the righty.
Come on.
Working from the stretch, Polar brings the pitch, and it's fouled out of play. I know as a former pitcher, you love to be in these situations where you can come up to the plate and a chance to do something to help yourself. And right now, Mormon has the chance to put his team in front.
And Huntington North has the infield in.
2-1 game, and the pitch chopped to short. They're going to have a play at the plate. There's the throw, the tag, and it got him at home plate. Kindler trying to make up for his error through a strike to Smock at the plate and easily retired Hayden Maple. And that's 2 outs now, and the infield can settle back with runners on the corners. It's back to the top of the order. We're going to have a courtesy runner over there at first, and I'm not sure if we can see the number.
Courtesy runner for Snider, number 3, Thomas Williams.
So it's Thomas Williams that's the runner, the courtesy runner for Mormon. Here's the pitch and swung on and missed for Adrian Goyle, the top of the order for the Panthers, who's batting for the third time. He's 0 for 2.
Third baseman playing in. Kind of interesting situation that he would be set up with there with 2 out. Now he's back a little bit further.
Williams the lead off first, and the pitch, curveball, in for a strike, and he's quickly ahead of Goyle, 0-2, trying to protect a 1-run lead.
Could be a big out if Huntington North gets it because they'd be able to wiggle out of a jam that probably shouldn't have happened because of the 2 errors.
Trying to bail out his defense. Poehler trying to get the job done here. And he'll step off. First and third, 2 outs. We're in the 5th inning with Huntington North holding a 2-1 lead. Panthers threatening. The pitch, it's lined, and it's over the third baseman, Nate Bowman. And that will drift into shallow left field and bring in the tying run from third. Adrian Goyle, down 0-2, reached out and just got one off the end of the bat with just enough on it to get it over Bowman's head. And the Panthers have evened it up in the top of the 5th inning.
Suffice it to say that's an unearned run.
Yep, goes as an unearned run. Now runners first and second for Gideon Snavely. And he'll chop one on the infield. Third baseman Nate Bowman charges, gets it on one hop, throws to first. That retires the side, but the Panthers do scratch a run across and take advantage of the 2 Huntington North errors. They've tied it up through 4.5. It's now Snider 2, Huntington North 2 in the Class 4A Regional Championship game being presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. What a game here at Carroll. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it is all tied up 2-2 between the Snider Panthers with a 14-10 record against the 21-4 Huntington North Vikings, ranked 19th in the state, and they went a perfect 7-0 in the NE8. Arguably one of the best baseball conferences in the state.
Definitely around here.
2-2 game, and Huntington North comes to bat with hitters 8, 9, and 1 to face the lefty Pete Moorman. The sophomore has worked the distance for Snider. And the first pitch to freshman Cooper Smock is taken high and outside for ball 1. Smock, a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning. It's 0 for 1, came in hitting .284. The pitch, and it's 2-0. So far, Moorman has walked just 1. That came back in the 1st inning. The set and the 2-0 pitch, and it's chopped. 1 hop right back to Moorman. Good job of fielding his position on the hill. Throws to first, and there's 1 away.
Right fielder, number 11.
Love to see that. A pitcher that when he finishes his follow-through, he's set and ready to field, because truly he is the 8th fielder.
And he's made some nice plays out there. He's been ready to field just about everything that's been thrown out there.
So a 1-3 put out, and it's Braylon Gertis who chops it toward third. It's in the hole, gets past the third baseman. Shortstop Isaiah Snavely has to range far to his right to field it, but he makes a strong throw and gets him by a half a step. Now, from our angle, I thought that was going to be a little bit closer to the third baseman, Gideon Snavely, but it went deep in the hole for Isaiah. He got over, backhanded it, and a long throw on target. There's 2 away. Bases are empty for the top of the order, Jimmy Linker. Slow curveball breaks in for a strike, 0-1. Linker a single to start the game for Huntington North in the bottom of the 1st. He scored 1 of the 2 runs. And this one popped in the air. It's playable first base side, and Maple has to shield the sun with his glove, but he makes the catch on the high pop-up, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. Snider with the momentum, but nobody with the lead. It is a 2-2 game as we head to the 6th here at Carroll on the BSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. 5 innings is enough for Caden Poehler and Huntington North today. He has been pulled, and so it's turned over to Braden Gerhardt, a junior right-hander. On the season, Gerhardt was 6-1 with a 2.70 earned run average. He's pitching for the 12th time, 39 total innings, 39 hits. He's given up 23 runs, 17 of them earned. He has struck out 39 while walking only 9.
Also giving up 2 bombs. So let's see what comes in here.
Well, clearly the change is made because the Panthers are going to start this inning with Isaiah Snavely, who got them on the board in the 4th with his solo homer.
Got an update from one of the other regionals at 3A at Oak Hill. Norwell has a 4-2 lead on Delta.
For the Vikings in the field.
Well, so far, Blackhawk Christian has advanced with a 12-6 win in the first game of the day here in Carroll. They beat Caston. And Bluffton, early check, was leading at Northwood against Bremen.
Number 1, shortstop Isaiah Snavely.
Now you've got Norwell with the advantage. So Isaiah Snavely starts it off for Snider. Snavely, left-handed batter against the right-handed hurler. Tough guy to start with for Gerhardt, but he's fresh. He's out of the pen, and he's ready to go. Top of the 6th inning, a 2-2 game. And that pitch in the dirt to Snavely. Snavely, a walk and a solo homer. Started the day with a .455 average. All-conference performer. Left-handed batter. And the righty delivers, and that's outside 2-0. The wind blowing out. And Snavely, a guy that gets it in the air, it's going to carry. And that one's in the air our way. And it goes over our head in foul territory and out of play. 2 balls and a strike now on Snavely, the junior shortstop. Played third base last year for the Panthers, has shifted over to short this year and made room for his brother, Gideon Snavely, to play third. The 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Now, in high school baseball, you can just tell them we want to put him on. And I'm not so sure at 3-1, I wouldn't be telling them that exact thing. 3 balls, 1 strike, tie game, 6th inning. And he swung and fouled it straight back. So a good pitch from Gerhardt. Gerhardt, part of the 1-2 punch for Huntington North that helped them go perfect in the NE8, 7-0, and win the conference. It's the payoff pitch. Gerhardt versus Isaiah Snavely. The pitch, and it's ripped, and diving play by Freiberger. He made the play, but then he threw it away. What a stop by Freiberger on the layout. But when he got to his feet, he rushed the throw, and he threw it right past his first baseman, and Snavely rounds first and heads all the way to second.
That'll be a single and E4.
Number 8.
Yeah, you almost got to give him a single because that was a rocket, and Freiberger did, well, an exceptional job just to keep it on the infield and glove it on one sharp hop, ranging to his left.
He's made a couple of bad throws that have really gotten them in trouble a little bit.
So a hit and an error allowing him to get to second. Now it is cleanup hitter Jack Mormon, who's hit a couple of fly balls, is 0 for 2. Snavely takes the lead off second. Mormon shows punt, and he tried to stab at one low and away and fouled it off.
Let's go, Garrett. Come on, fire it up, boys.
After Mormon, Brady Keck, the designated hitter, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. He's on deck. See if they keep the bunt on. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a pitch inside. And did that hit him? They're giving him first base.
That's the only explanation I could think of.
From our angle, it didn't look like it hit him, but the home plate umpire signaled dead ball and pointed to first base. So Moorman goes to first, and there's 2 on, nobody out here at the top of the 6th inning. Tie game 2-2 between Huntington North and Snider. Now you've got a courtesy runner. It's going to be Caleb Clapper that's running for the catcher. So with 2 on, nobody out, now you got to think you would want to bunt. You've got a 388 hitter in Morrow on deck. Keck with a 226 average. Righty-righty matchup. He'll square and then pull the bat back and take ball 1. Snavely started the inning with a rocket that was snared to keep it in the infield, but then thrown away by second baseman Braden Freiberger. He's at second. Caleb Clapper running for Moorman at first. And again, he tries to bunt it, but just tapped it, and it goes right behind home plate.
Pitch was inside a little bit, and he had to sort of fight it off. Tried to square, and when it came in on him, he had to just protect himself.
Huntington North with a 21-4 record. They've won 18 of their last 20. Beat Snider in the head-to-head during the regular season. Stuck in a duel here, 2-2, and the pitch swung on and missed. Well, they took the bunt off, and now it's a 1-2 hole for Brady Keck.
Come on, middle.
And both corners are still playing in. First and second. There's nobody out. Snider batting top of the 6th in a tie game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gerhardt brings the pitch, and it's chopped right back to the mound. Throw to second. That's 1. Throw to first, and that's a double play. Double play turned by Huntington North. 1-6-3.
And they froze the runner, so they didn't get him home.
Right fielder, number 20.
As Snavely only was able to get to third. So Snavely 90 feet away from giving Snider the lead, but now there's 2 outs. That's why you just got to get the bunt down. Get the bunt down. You got second and third with 1 out. Instead, the ground ball double play, and a great play by Gerhardt to snare a hard hitter right up the middle. And a swing and a miss by Morrow at the first offering from Gerhardt.
Let's give the credit all the way around. That the pickup and the play in the middle also was a good one on the pivot.
Morrow 0 for 1. Hit the ball hard to center field, and it was caught on the line by Jimmy Linker. This pitch low. It's even 1-1 on the Panthers sophomore right fielder. Isaiah Snavely representing the go-ahead run here in the top of the 6th inning. He's at third. The pitch, that's low, and what a job by the freshman catcher, Cooper Smock. Went down and just smothered it at the plate to keep it from going to the backstop. 2-1. Gerhardt, big junior right-hander, goes to the set, checks the runner, and the pitch. It's low, 3-1.
Let's go, Gary. You got this. Go.
Vikings had a 2-0 lead, scoring in the first and third innings. Now the Panthers have evened it up and a chance to go on top. And the pitch grounded to first, 1 hop. It's fielded by Williams. He'll take it himself to the bag, and that will end the Panthers' 6th. Gerhardt works out of a jam. 2 on, nobody out. He gets a double play ball and a 1 hopper to his first baseman, and the side retired here in the top of the 6th. Still a 2-2 game. Snider Panthers, Huntington North Vikings. The winner moves on to the Class 4A semi-state next Saturday. It's the game of the week presented by Parkview Sports Medicine and PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. After working out of a jam against the middle of the Snider order, now bottom of the sixth, it's Huntington North that looks to take the lead. It's 2-2, all tied up, and it's hitters 2, 3, and 4. Starts with Zach Kindler, who's got a perfect day going, a single and a double. And the second pitch, after a ball missed, is in there for a called strike. It's even 1-1 on the Huntington North senior shortstop.
Not a lot of hits in this one, just 2 for Huntington North, or 4 for Huntington North, 2 for Snider.
And again, a ball ripped up the middle, and Mormon in great position, got a glove on it, knocked it down, and then throws to first to retire Zach Kindler. How about pitchers playing their position? You know, it's so common you see in the big league level, Dean, those pitchers with the big wind-up, big follow-through, and they fall off the mound, and they never can stop anything hit right back up the box. And we've seen these pitchers doing the job.
Well, those guys up at the top are trying to throw so hard that the follow-through takes them out of position.
So 1 out, nobody on for Nate Bowman, and he takes a pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
That's why Greg Maddox was so good.
Yeah. The pitch, a little high and outside, and it's a hitter's count, 2-0 for the number 3 hitter in the Huntington North lineup. Bowman, a junior third baseman, a .386 stick, and he chops it weakly third base. Charging is Snavely. Fields throws and got him by a half step. The team that has played quality baseball is Snider. They played a clean game, and they're still in it 2-2, and there's 2 away. Bases are empty for cleanup hitter Tyler Williams.
And the opportunities just have not been there for Huntington North after that good first start in the first inning. You thought they were off to the races with those 2 hits off the first batters.
Mormon delivers a breaking pitch that stays outside. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 6th, tie game, and a grounder to third. Again, a chance for Snavely. Backhands it right on the line. It's a fair ball, and he makes a good throw to first and retires Williams. 3 ground outs here in the 6th, and 1, 2, 3. Down go the Huntington North Vikings. This one's going to get decided in the 7th or later. We played 6, and we're all tied up 2-2 between the Snider Panthers and the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Time to go to the 7th inning, and still nothing decided between Snider and Huntington North, all tied up 2-2. Winner claims a 4A regional championship with the 1-game regional title. And they will play in a semi-state next Saturday. It was Huntington North who scored twice early, and Snider who scored twice in the middle innings. So now we're in the late innings, all tied up. In the bottom third of the order, bats for Snider here in the 7th, starting with Hayden Maple. Maple, right-handed batter against Huntington North reliever Braylon Gerhardt. Or Braden Gerhardt.
I'll tell you what, you got to go back to Pete Mormon. What a job he's done after that rookie start. He has now retired 11 men in a row.
1-0. And the pitch, fastball in the outside corner, and it's even 1-1 on Maple. Maple, a junior first baseman with a .279 average. 0 for 2. And check swing off the bat and foul. Gerhardt on the year, 2.70 earned run average, making his 12th appearance. He has struck out exactly 1 an inning, 39 in 39 innings. And he just got a strikeout to start the 7th. A swing and a miss at a pitch outside the zone, and Maple goes down for the 2nd time by the strikeout, and there's 1 away for Jonathan Diesler.
Jonathan Diesler.
Freshman center fielder. Reached on an error and scored one of the runs for the Panthers back in the 5th. Also reached base with a walk back in the 3rd. So he's been on base both times. And the pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. A little bit tardy, and it's 0-1. Gerhardt, a big right-handed junior. Bright blue glove. The pitch. He's just throwing some old-fashioned heat up there on a nice summer day, and he's ahead 0-2 with a swing and a miss.
Fresh arm out there.
Full windup, and the pitch. Got him on 3 pitches. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's back-to-back strikeouts.
And tell me, each one of those was an old number 1.
Just went right after the number 8 hitter, and now he faces the number 9 hitter. And again, Moorman bats for himself in the 9 hole. Sophomore pitcher. And the first pitch to Moorman is high and outside, ball 1. Moorman, a .325 average on the season. Sacrificed on a bunt back in the 3rd. Fielder's choice last time up in the 5th. And that's a called strike on the outside corner to even it 1-1 on Moorman. Righty-lefty matchup with Gerhardt on the mound. Moorman at the plate, and the pitch grounded to short. Kindler up with it. His throw on target and in time, and it's a 1-2-3. Top of the 7th. Huntington North hoping to walk off a regional championship. They'll come to bat next. Tied 2-2 here at Carroll High School. It's the high school game of the week presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. High school baseball, just 7 innings in length. So basically this would be the equivalent of going to the bottom of the 9th in a tie game. Bottom of the 7th here at Carroll, a 2-2 tie between the Snider Panthers and Huntington North Vikings, and Huntington North has hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up to face sophomore lefty Pete Moorman. He has gone the distance for Snider. And the first pitch swung on and missed on a breaking ball, 0-1.
How do you not send him out there for the 7th? He's retired 11 in a row.
Freiberger, a .342 hitter, walked in the 1st and lined out to center in the 4th. This pitch in the dirt evens the count up 1-1. All the pressure in the world. Moorman, just a sophomore pitcher. Wonder if he feels a little of that pressure. The 1-1 curveball swung on and missed.
Doesn't look like it.
We just saw Gerhardt mow down the Panthers in the top half of the inning. The set, the 1-2 on its way, and that's high and outside. Looking ahead, should we go extras? Snider will have the top of their order up in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Slow curveball. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Brought it in the back door and painted the black. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Number 7, Ty Averill.
His 4th strikeout. He hasn't done it with the power. He's just had good stuff.
It's kind of been a Jamie Moyer type performance. Nothing overpowering, just working it around the edges. And a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and Ty Averill is in an 0-1 hole.
Maybe he can be like Jamie Moyer and pitch till he's 80.
He might get there in this game. That pitch on the corner, and it's 0-2 on the designated hitter for Huntington North. Tie game, 2-2, bottom of the 7th, 1 out. And the 0-2, just high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on, boys! Battle!
Moorman working from the stretch, and the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Counts evened up, 2-2. Parker Doherty in the on-deck circle.
Huge hole in right center field.
Yeah, it is huge. Lefty on the mound, righty at the plate, a 2-2. Fouled straight back into the screen.
Well, they've pulled to the right. Left and center fielder are swung around a little bit to the left, but the right fielder is shouted out to the right, which creates that big chasm in right center.
in the dirt. It's gone the distance. Well, Mormon has not had a problem with walks. He's only walked one batter the entire game. And the pitch, curveball, and there's walk number 2. Went with the 3-2 breaking pitch and threw it in the dirt. And that ends a streak of 12 straight that had been retired by Pete Mormon and Huntington North, who's been quiet since the 3rd inning, has a base runner. He represents the walk-off winning run. And they're going to have a runner. It'll be Rhett Holzinger, a junior, that goes down to run.
There's still a big hole in right center. That just must be the way the Sniders decided to go the defensive route.
So at the plate, Parker Doherty, who is 0 for 2. Right-handed hitter with the southpaw. Pete Mormon on the bump. Holzinger takes the lead off first. He's already picked off one runner, throws, and a dive back. Just getting a hand in.
Got a nice move.
Holzinger.
Got a really nice move.
Picked off a runner to end the first. The pitch, curveball, just a little high.
You got to think Huntington North is kind of aware of that. You know, there was pretty close play in that last pickoff, and they've already had one guy knocked off that way. So they're going to be careful.
The set and a throw to first, and he'll dive back safely.
One of the red-clad umpires to our left called that a balk, and it was so far away from being one.
The pitch, curveball, sweeps it in there for a strike, and then leaving it up 1-1 on Doherty. Holzinger running at first. 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning, tie game. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the set, check of the runner, and a bunt. And it's foul down the third base line.
It wasn't one of those square around. He stabbed at it.
You could see Brimberry's reaction. I'm not sure if he's upset at the execution or the decision. I'm not sure if that was decided upon by Doherty, but Brimberry not happy. He turned and shook his head. He's in the third base coaching box, the head coach for the Vikings. Runner at first, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. There goes the runner, grounded to third and wide of the bag, foul.
I'll tell you, had that gone down the line, we'd have had an interesting situation coming around the third and maybe home.
Well, you mentioned earlier, though, in left field, they are cheating way over toward the line. So you've got the 2 outfielders in center and left cheating on the pull side. The outfielder in right cheating toward the right field line. That pitch is high, and it's 2-2 now on Doherty.
If Huntington North manages to put one in that gap that rolls, this game is over.
Holzinger, the runner, takes his lead off first. The set, and they got him picked off, and they threw it away. Oh, he was leaning, and the ball gets past first baseman Hayden Maple, and up to second is Holzinger on the throwing error. And all Mormon had to do was throw a strike to his first baseman, and they had Holzinger hung out to dry.
And give Holzinger credit. He didn't get up right away for that one because I think he kind of thought he was going to be out.
He knew.
But when he saw that dribble, he picked himself up and got down there as quickly as he could. And now this winning runs in scoring position.
Mormon lifted the leg. Holzinger started to break, and then Mormon came to first, and you could see Holzinger. He did the 2-step, trying to scramble and change direction. And he would have been picked off with any kind of accurate throw to first. So now it's a conference at the mound. And Snider's head coach, Josh Klinkenbeard, has come out to talk to his entire infield. You've got 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 7th, and the runner now at second, representing the walk-off winning run. The Vikings trying to improve to 22-4.
They would probably, if you're looking at numbers, they would have come into this thing as a big favorite, but it has been a close game throughout.
At the plate, Parker Doherty with a 2-2 count. Brett Holzinger, a pinch runner, has the lead at second. And the pitch. And it's in the dirt. Jack Mormon, the catcher, did a nice job to go down and keep it right at the plate. Runner still at second, but now it's 3-2 on Doherty. The set, the payoff, popped in the air, infield. Maple over at first will make the catch.
Fighting the sun all the way.
Yeah, he did, and he did a good job of using his glove to shade his eyes and make the catch on the pop-up for the second out of the inning.
Seems to me the way that was hit and the way that was stroked, he was trying to go to that gap.
So it is now up to Cooper Smock, a freshman. Steps into the batter's box, facing the sophomore left-hander with the winning run. And Smock just got hit between the 1 and the 0 on his back. A curveball that got way inside, and Smock is going down to first. There's 2 on, and it's number 9 hitter, Braylon Gertis, who doubled back in the third inning.
That is really not the worst thing that could have happened to Snider. They would have liked to not have this situation, but what this is create the force at second base and an easier play to get out of the inning.
Yeah, there's a force at any base now. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th and a tie game. Huntington North sends Gertis into the right-handed batter's box against the southpaw. And the pitch. Low and outside, ball 1.
Come on,
11 on the mound, number 11 at the plate, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-1.
Come on, Curtis!
Holzinger, a pinch runner that's come in. He's at second.
Lucky to be there because he was so picked off a few minutes ago, it wasn't even funny, and it got away with it.
High and outside. Throw down to second, and coming back, Holzinger gets back to the bag in plenty of time. Well, it's interesting, Dean, because Snider took advantage of a couple of defensive miscues by Huntington North to score their second run and tie the game, and now Huntington North trying to take advantage of the Snider mistake. That ball's lifted in the air, shallow center field, on hard as center fielder. Jonathan Diesler made the catch. He dives and made the catch. Or did he? Yes. They're saying he's out.
For the Vikings in the inning. No runs, no hits on the 1 error.
What a catch. Diesler had to run on a sprint into shallow center and lay out and just caught it before it caught the grass. That would have been the ball game. Instead, we're going extras to decide our Carroll Class 4A Regional Championship. 7 in the books and nothing decided. It's 2-2 heading to extras next on the high school baseball game of the week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Huntington North couldn't have come much closer. A lazy liner into shallow center, and center fielder Jonathan Diesler made an unbelievable diving catch. And by the way, Dean, he's a freshman.
It's kind of a familiar note, isn't it?
Yeah. Talk about a great play to extend this game. And it's still 2-2 as we go to extras.
Now, going to be interesting here because Snider is putting 2 guys up and getting them ready in the bullpen. So they're not going to take any chances with Mormon coming up around another look at the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, and the 8th inning, both teams have the top of their order coming up.
Is there not a pitch limit?
Yeah.
Okay, he might be close to it.
So the pitcher of record right now for Huntington North is Braden Gerhardt, the right-hander. He throws the first pitch to Adrian Goyle, the Snider leadoff man, and he fouls it out of play, 0-1. Goyle lined out to short, grounded out to third, and hit a base hit his last time up. And that's fouled out of play, and it's quickly 0-2. Tie game 2-2, extra innings. We're in the 8th. Goyle in the right-handed batter's box facing the right-handed pitcher. Gerhardt will step off as Goyle steps out of the batter's box. The set and the 0-2 on its way. And that's hit on the line right to the third baseman who had to backhand it. Nate Bowman makes the catch of the liner. Second time today that Goyle has hit a line drive caught by an infielder. And there's one out for the Panthers in the top of the 8th. It'll bring up Gideon Snavely. On deck, Isaiah Snavely, who had a solo homer back in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss at a breaking pitch.
I look at the Snider bullpen. They're warming up too, guys. I really think the pitch limit might be there with Mormon.
The set and the pitch. It's low, evens the count up 1-1. Well, even if you've got some pitches to burn, you know that nobody's gone more than 7 innings this year. A complete game would be 7. Rarely would you see a starting pitcher work into extras. Fastball paints the black inside corner, and that puts Gerhardt ahead 1-2. Snavely 0 for 3. A strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. Gerhardt gets the sign, the set, and the pitch. Low and outside, 2-2.
Got an interesting delivery. He rocks twice. Like the old hesitation pitch in softball.
Well, he's working from the set. But he starts in a position that looks like the windup. Now he goes to the stretch. Here comes the pitch. And that's fouled out of play. Still 2-2 on Gideon Snavely, the freshman younger brother of Isaiah Snavely, who will be the next hitter for Snider. They would love to be able to face Isaiah with nobody on base. Here comes the pitch. It's high, and it's a 3-2 count now on Gideon. Righty-righty matchup. We're in the 8th inning. Tie game 2-2. One out, bases empty, and the payoff pitch. Popped in the air and foul out of play on the first base side. Big crowd out here at Carroll.
Parking lot very full. You don't usually see as many cars out.
Beautiful afternoon.
Progressively better as the day is going on.
The 3-2, that is going to be lined and foul wide of first. Snider, the visitors, batting in the top of the 8th. They've got their visiting uniforms with the gray pants, black jersey with the yellow numbers. Gideon Snavely waits and fouls this one back, and he's making Gerhardt work.
Come on, Gerhardt. You can get it.
Gerhardt, big right-hander. Facing the freshman Gideon Snavely, trying to get his first hit of the day. 281 average when play started. Comes the 3-2. That's lined right center field. It's got some carry, and it will fall and roll to the wall in the right center field gap. Extra bases for Gideon Snavely. He's in scoring position with a one-out double.
Wind got that one and drove it much deeper than it might have otherwise. And had it not been for that wind driving it deeper, I think Huntington North probably had a play on that.
Linker, the center fielder, took the angle where if it was a windless day, he probably could have made the catch. But as he moved to his left, the ball kept carrying, and he had kind of a banana curl going back, and it got over his head, split the outfielders, and got to the wall. And now we've got a conference on the mound.
I wonder if we're having a change, are we?
No. We just have every Huntington North infielder. There's no coach out there. It's every Huntington North infielder got together on the mound.
Yeah, like 4 fist bumps and we're done. Let's go back to our positions.
Well, they've got first base open, and they'll give Snavely the base. They'll take advantage of first base being open and will not let Isaiah Snavely bat. So he reaches on an intentional walk.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, that brings up Jack Moorman. Moorman, one of the few seniors on this Snider roster. The only one among the starting 9 in the batting order. And he grounds it to short. Could it be 2? Flip to second for 1. Throw to first. Wide to first base. It's going to the screen. And rounding third is Snavely. He's going to come in to score. Another Huntington North error that produces an unearned run for the Snider Panthers. And I think a good throw. They'd have had the double play.
Big time.
Number 4, Brady.
Caleb Clapper will come in to run for Moorman, who got to second on that bad throw on the turn out at second. Kindler to Freiberger, and Freiberger to the fencing. Got it past Williams at first. And Snider takes the 3-2 lead in the 8th inning. At the plate, it is Brady Keck. Chopper to third. Taken on one big hop by Bowman, and a good throw to first will retire Keck. That'll end the Snider 8th, but the Panthers take the lead. An error that produces the go-ahead run here in extras. Huntington North, last call. 3-2 Snider. Bottom of the 8th comes up next on the high school baseball game of the week, the Class 4A Regional Championship on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Extra innings here at the Class 4A Regional Championship at Carroll. I am Brett Rump with Dean Pantazi, Adam Lundy, our studio producer, and they're going to give Pete Moorman a chance to finish what he started. He has gone the distance for the Snider Panthers, looking for his 5th win of the year against 2 losses. The sophomore left-hander started rough. Back-to-back base hits opened up the first inning for Huntington North. They eventually got a first-inning run when they added a run in the third on a couple of doubles. They had a 2-0 lead, but Snider, with a solo homer by Isaiah Snavely in the 4th, got the Panthers going. They added a solo run in the 5th and just picked up a run in the 8th. They lead it 3-2. Huntington North's last chance. The 19th ranked Huntington North Vikings, 21-4 on the year, and they've got the top of their order to face Moorman. Probably on a short hook. Moorman's first pitch to Jimmy Linker, and that's in the dirt and goes back to the backstop.
Well, they're not warming anybody up, so whoever they're going to pull in, he's just going to be either pulled off the field or he's going to be pulled off the bench.
Moorman
if that goes their way.
In the first, and then did not walk another batter until last inning. The 1-0, that's a little high. Not by much. A fastball just above the letters.
Moorman has, pitched a good game, but he's helped himself a lot with some nice plays as a fielder. 2 balls, no strikes, and it's 3-0. Do not want to let the first man on. You've got a 1-run lead. Bottom of the 8th inning. Linker now 3-0. Taking all the way, and that's right in there for a strike. 3-1. Linker singled and scored in the first, struck out in the third, and popped it up to first base in the 5th. He's 1 for 3, and the 3-1 pitch is up high, ball 4. The tying run aboard for Huntington North. I think you're probably right. I think Josh Klingenberg is Klingenberg is going to ride him to the finish.
Well, you look at the stats, and the stats would tell you that Buggy, who is in left field, would be the next guy statistically for Snider. A set and a pitch to Kindler is a called strike on the outside corner. Went to a breaking ball and gets ahead 0-1. Kindler 2 for 3. Single in the first, double in the third. Right-handed hitter against the southpaw, Pete Moorman. The pitch, curveball, nope, high and outside. He's staying close, but just not getting it quite in the zone.
Third baseman.
The walk to start the inning to Jimmy Linker. He's got the lead off first. And the 1-1. Nope, they'll throw to first.
Sort of lob.
Yeah, not his best move. Kindler, 415 hitting shortstop. And a curveball outside, 2-1. Kindler, the top average among the Huntington North Vikings hitters, and he has not hurt that average today, going 2 for 3. 9 doubles, 3 home runs. Linker, the lead off first, and the pitch. Chopped to third on one hop. Snavely will make the play to first, and he one-hopped it. It gets past Maple. Rounding third, Linker. He's going to be held up as he falls down. Linker was thinking of scoring, but as he got around third, he lost his footing and went down and had to go back to third base. But now the tying run at third, the winning run at second. There's nobody outs in the bottom of the 8th for the Vikings.
Was he held up? Because I kind of wonder if he didn't try to stop up, and that's why he fell.
Looked like they were going to hold him up. Knowing you're going to have no worse than second and third, you don't want to run yourself into an out because you've got hitters 3, 4, and 5 now due up. Bowman, a 386 hitter. Williams would be next at 324, and Freiberger in the hole at 342. So you've got some good hitters stepping to the plate for Huntington North. And errors have played such a key part of this game. That time the freshman Gideon Snavely over at third. One-hopped his first baseman. It got past Maple, and now it's second and third. And you almost feel like you have to walk the next batter, don't you?
Got to get the force. Have the force at home. Also, you pointed out, when you said that, I checked the count on the errors. 6 total. 4 for Huntington North, 2 for Snider. And they've been big parts of this inning, of this game.
So a chance for Josh Klinkenbeard to talk to his pitcher. And so
his
far
infield.
He's not made a decision. Now, the one thing we have seen is Pete Mormon defends the position well. So if you would get into a situation where Huntington North would try to lay down a bunt and squeeze play, which isn't out of the question here, Mormon might be the best one to have on the mound to try to defend the position. But he has gone the whole route for Snider. A walk and an E5. Runners at second and third and nobody out. A 3-2 Snider lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Infield comes in. Nate Bowman, a junior third baseman at the plate, and he chops it foul on the first pitch, 0-1. Left-handed pitcher, Pete Mormon, just a sophomore. Biggest jam of his high school career. They show bunt, and it's a safety squeeze. The runner at third didn't break, but it's fouled at the plate, and now an 0-2 count on Bowman.
Well, it was one of those stab bunts. Very low percentage of getting that on unless you just are lucky and do it absolutely perfectly. Probably going to go foul.
First base still open because they did not choose to intentionally walk the hitter. The set, the 0-2, curveball, just off the outer edge. Didn't quite bend it back enough. Just missed, and it's 1-2 on Bowman.
Very tight infield for Snider, so if he can put some kind of authority on a hit on the ground ball, it's going to get through, and this game might be over.
Good speed on the bases and the pitch, and that is called strike 3. A generous call down at the bottom of the zone, and Bowman caught looking. Oh, and you're going to get a little bit of a word from Nolan Brimberry. He's coming in to say something to the home plate umpire, and I know what he would like to say, but he really can't say much. Can't really argue balls and strikes, but that pitch looked to be low. But it's a big first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Runners still at second and third. Cleanup hitter Tyler Williams, who's 0 for 3. That pitch in the dirt, ball one. But Williams has gotten it in play. 3 ground outs, 2 of them to short, 1 to third. Williams, a .324 hitter. 1 homer's knocked in 20. 1 ball, no strikes. The stretch for Mormon and the pitch. And it's chopped foul. Over on the third base side, it goes toward the Huntington North dugout.
Snider infield again, remaining in to cut off that runner at the plate.
And Isaiah Snavely, the shortstop, is cheating toward the 5.5 hole. He's way over, not far from his brother at third. Shows bunt, and he missed it. And again, a safety squeeze. Really surprised when you got the infield in and you got your cleanup hitter up, because I doubt Williams has done a lot of bunting. But he stabbed at that one and came up empty, and now it's 1-2 on your cleanup hitter. Mormon, the southpaw. Williams, right-handed stick with a 1-2 count. And the pitch, fastball high. 2-2.
Generally, cleanup hitters are not contact hitters, so it's like everything or nothing.
Well, and he's been a contact hitter. 3 ground outs so far tonight, so he's gotten his bat on the ball. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the ball gets past the catcher. First base open. They'll throw to first, record the out, but the run will come in to score. That's why you put a guy at first base.
That takes that out of play.
He would have been out. Yeah, he would have been out if first base was occupied, but instead you had to throw for the put out, and Jack Mormon, the catcher, chased the ball down, threw to first, got the out recorded, but we're all tied up as the run came in from third on the throw to first. A lot to write down on that one. A strikeout and a 2-3 put out.
And then Mormon
Linker comes in to score, and still at second base is Kindler.
Mormon still took time and went behind the plate and went down on his haunches, basically just to collect himself.
Might be the biggest part of the play is that Kindler did not advance to third. The batter is Braden Freiberger. And you know Freiberger would like to deliver here. It's a couple of his errors that have led to a couple of Snider runs, including the go-ahead run. Mormon on the mound. Kindler, the runner at second. Tie game, bottom of the 8th, they on the pitch. And that's shot foul. One hopped right to the third base coach, who makes a nice play. Nolan Brimberry. Counts even, 1-1. Huntington North has tied it up. Both teams with an extra inning run. The set for Mormon. The pitch up high, 2-1. Huntington North with their first run since the third inning. The set, the pitch, and it hit him. Curveball that got in tight, almost went behind Freiberger. Clipped him on the back of the calf, and now you've got 2 runners on. Really not the worst thing in the world, because now you've got to force at any base with 2 outs.
109.
Bottom of the 8th inning.
109.
Freiberger at first. Kindler is at second. Kindler reaching by the error, which I think would make the run that just scored to tie it up an unearned run, because you would have the third out at first base. So it's designated hitter Ty Averill, a .250 hitter who is 0 for 2 with a walk. And the first pitch is out of the zone. It's 1-0. The set, the pitch, popped high in the air. Shallow right, Sunfield. Morrow trying to fight the sun, and he makes the catch with the shades on. Braden Morrow makes a difficult catch looking right into the sun. The side retired. Let's play some more baseball. We'll go to the 9th. A 3-3 game between the Snider Panthers and the Huntington North Vikings on the high school baseball game of the week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. A reminder, we've got Tin Caps baseball coming your way about an hour from now. We'll have pregame with Tin Caps on deck coming up at 6:15, 6:35 first pitch. Tin Caps taking on the Lake County Captains at Parkview Field. And we'll have that coverage. And about that time, this game will be in the 12th inning. So Dean Pantazi is just itching at some play-by-play. I am Brett Rump with Dean Pantazi, and Adam Lundy is in the studio as our producer. Snider comes to bat. New game in the 9th, tied up 3-3. It is Morrow, who just made a nice catch to end the bottom of the 8th, followed by Hayden Maple and Jonathan Diesler. On the mound, it's still Braden Gerhardt. Came on in the 6th inning. And a chop in the infield. It'll be taken by the pitcher. Gerhardt moving to his right. Quick throw to first, and it wasn't in time. Morrow with great speed beat it out. Morrow, a left-handed stick, chopped it, and a big hop. Gerhardt to his right off the mound, planted and threw, and they say that Morrow beat it out, and so Morrow, the leadoff man, aboard for Snider, representing a go-ahead run here in the 9th. And they can't call it anything but an infield single.
He just flat out beat it.
Yeah, he just outran the baseball. So a man aboard for Snider, bringing up Hayden Maple, the junior first baseman, who is 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts. And it will be Maple batting.
Hayden Maple.
The re-entry rule does give you options, but they will have Maple batting, and you wonder if the bunt will be on here. Maple, a .279 average on the season. Morrow the lead. And he shows bunt, and it's a good bunt. Gerhardt off the mound fields. Accurate throw is in time, and it's a successful sacrifice as Morrow moves into scoring position.
Center fielder, number 14.
The play goes 1-3. And now with the runner at second, Jonathan Diesler, the freshman center fielder, who made a huge catch to get this game into extra innings. Now what can he do at the plate? Crunch time here in the extra innings. Class 4A Regional Championship. The pitch, fastball outside for ball 1. And Morrow with great speed out at second. Huntington North doesn't bounce around a infield grounder. It would not shock me to see Morrow try to take 2 bases on an out. Won't be that decision. High pop, middle of the infield, and the second baseman, Braden Freiberger, makes the catch looking up into the sun, and that's out number 2.
Had to make a late adjustment, too, because it wasn't coming down exactly where he thought, and he had to jump back a little bit to grab it.
Morrow still at second for Pete Mormon. If you needed to have a motivated guy stepping into the batter's box, I would assume Mormon would be your man. He has gone the entire way for Snider on the mound. The sophomore left-hander bats from the left side against the right-handed relief pitcher, Braden Gerhardt. And the first pitch is up and in for ball 1. Both teams with a run in the 8th inning after we were tied 2-2 through the regulation 7 innings. Check of the runner at second. Morrow dancing around, and here comes the pitch, chopped up the middle of the diamond and into center field. Morrow's going to be waved. Here comes the throw and a dive. He's safe. Snider takes the lead on a chopping base hit up the middle. Linker with a throw on the run, but not in time with the great speed of Raiden Morrow. And Snider's in front, and how about that? Mormon delivers a big RBI, and now will he have a chance to finish it off on the mound? He's going to be run for.
Well, whoever is running got to second. Well, Mormon got to second base because of the throw to the plate. So Snider can add to this a little bit.
Yeah, it's a hit and a base on advancement with the throw to home. And it is an RBI, the 10th of the year for Pete Mormon. And Snider has reclaimed the lead 4-3. Now it's top of the order. Adrian Goyle. And he takes the pitch low and away for ball one. What a game.
Kind of what you'd expect when you get it to this level.
Here comes the pitch, and a check swing roller up the middle of the diamond, and it's fielded by the shortstop. He throws sidearm on the run across his body, but Kindler on target. Enough for Williams to make the catch and the tag. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. 4-3. Panthers leading it. Can they hold on against the 19th-ranked Huntington North Vikings? We'll find out with Dean Pantazi. Has the call next on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Well, here we go with more baseball. And Pete Mormon has been taken out of the game. And he has been replaced, as we can see it, by Logan Bugg. Right-hander. And let us see if he has the answer that can make that run hold up and make Snider a winner out of this. Been an exciting and interesting and so many different ways of things happening in this game. But right now, Snider would like to get these three outs and get something done here. So we will continue on, and who knows how long this is going to go.
Leading off for the Vikings, left fielder, number 4, Parker Doherty.
As we hit the bottom of the ninth. Parker Doherty stepping in, right-handed hitter. He has not had a hit, and he has not really had a great game. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he is down 0-1 on the count right now as he takes a strike. Now he takes the ball inside as Bugg tries to make some things happen here for Snider and extend this game a little further. And a strike called. Well, Pete Mormon did everything he could to make this end at a normal time, but it took his hit to put Snider into the lead, and maybe he ends up a winner in more ways than one. Here's a pop-up, middle infield. Second baseman calling for it, falling, and catching it. Ended up on his back. Caught the ball, though. And there's one out. 2 more to go.
Pitcher, number 10, Cooper Slock.
Very nice play there to make that happen by Goyle. And now Smock steps in. He also is 0 for 3 in this game. Bugs working out of the stretch, even though there's nobody on. Pitch is up high. 1-0 count. North needs to mark here, or we're done. Let's see what happens. Ball is on the outside corner. And now you're starting to hear the Snider crowd. Not as big as the Huntington North crowd off to my right, but they're making some noise here because they can see that something can happen here that they're going to enjoy. Bug looks in, stretch. Long wait now to deliver it up high. Now it goes to 2-1. Huntington North took the lead early, had it for a very long time. Snider finally got ahead a couple of times. Huntington North would tie it, and Snider took the lead again. Foul ball, back straight. One of those things where it goes straight back, and you know he's on it because that's the indication you get. But it does make it 2-2. Now let's see what happens here. Nobody on, one out, bottom of the ninth. Pitch. Popped up. Foul and out of play. Count remains 2-2. 4-3 Snider lead, and they're trying to pull off the surprise of this regional. Bug with the weight. Now he'll deliver. And he gets a strikeout. And we're not far from the end of this, possibly.
Right fielder, number 11, Braylon Lotus.
Hayden Gertie's in there and trying to extend this game for Huntington North. See what happens here. Stretch. Pitch. Fouls it back. 0-1 count. 2 out. Nobody on. Snider on out away. Oh, a very, very big win. Bug with the delivery and puts it in there. Ground ball. The short, or second base, over to first. They call him safe. Thought that might be it, but it was a very tough play. And Gertie's beat the Rap at first base, extending the Huntington North hopes. And now Linker.
Number 12, Jimmy Linker.
Linker on the game, has walked, doubled, and singled. So doing his job as the leadoff man. And a conference on the mound for Snider as they try to make sure that this doesn't go any further than this. 4-3 Panthers. Bottom of the ninth. Essentially, if you're playing a regular game, it's the bottom of the 11th. But this is high school baseball. Same thing. Basically, you score. If you're Huntington North, you extend it. If you don't, Huntington North goes home and Snider moves on to semi-state. Bugs now got to keep a watch on the runner at first base with 2 out. Here's his delivery. It's up high. 1-0 count. Gertie takes a little lead. He doesn't take a real big one. You're not going to try and run yourself out of the inning here in the situation where your team is still down run. Up high on that delivery, and we go to 2-1. Or 2-0, I should say. Snider pretty much straight away, all the way around infield and outfield, and normal depth. With 2 out, that would be the way you would normally play it. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 3. If you're Snider, you don't want to put this run on at all. That pitch, and ball. And that runner is on. Moving runners to first and second. With 2 out.
Shortstop, number 14, Cruz Kindler.
Zachary Kindler in there with a hit, a couple of hits, and 4 at-bats. Also reached on an error. Snider 1 out away. They're wrapping this up. Huntington North 120 feet away from tying it. A winning run, possibly, and we're at first base. Fouled back. As Kindler sent that one directly back for a strike that makes it 0-1. Bug looks it in, has his look, has his feel, sends it home. It's up high. Snider an out away from winning. Huntington North with a chance to at least tie it and maybe pull this one out, but we'll wait and see. Delivery. It's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Big pitch in this one. Huntington North with 2 men on. Potential tying and winning runs on base. And Snider a strike away from a regional championship. Stretch, the look, the pitch. The pitch. Oh, great play at shortstop, and the Snider Panthers have pulled this one out. You have got to credit a great play there by Isaiah Snavely, who has had a great game. Diving stop in the hole to snag what would have been the tying run and extending the game, and it did not happen. And so with that, Snider gets the 4-3 win in 9 innings to annex the regional championship. And a game they trailed for much of the way, but then twice came back to tie it and then go ahead. And with that play, this game is over. Final score, 4-3 in 9, favoring the Snider Panthers. And we'll be back to wrap it up in just a bit. Now, Brett Rump, as he tools it downtown to get involved with his Tin Caps broadcast. Dan Ginter, the athletic director at Carroll, has handed off the trophy to the Snider Panthers as they are regional champs with a 4-3 9-inning win over the Huntington North Vikings. A Huntington North Viking team that came in here 21-4, probably a pretty strong favorite to win this regional. Snider 14-10. They have had some struggles here. Had not really played well in championship fashion until they got to the postseason, and that's when you want to be playing well. And they pulled off the wins they had to have to win the sectional, and pulled off this one today to win the regional by a final count of 4-3. 4 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for Snider. 3 runs, 5 hits, and oh brother, 5 errors for the Huntington North Vikings. And the one you've got to really feel happy for is Snider pitcher Pete Moorman. Great 8 innings out there on the mound, and then coming up with the hit that knocks in what ends up being the winning run and making Snider a regional championship. And now the Panthers will wait to see just where they will play, who they will play, and when they will play for semi-state, I should say, next weekend. That will be determined once we have all the games in, not only who they will play, but where they're going to be sent. And location has everything to do with that. You can speculate all you want. They won't be obviously sent to the southern part of the state, but they could end up in South Bend. They could end up in Oak Hill, which is a really great facility. Or who knows? It's one of those situations where it's got to play itself out, and this is just one of the things that's got to happen. So, again, the final score, and first of all, first and foremost, congratulations to Josh Klinkenberg and the Snider Panthers. 4-3 winners in 9 innings and regional champions. That'll do it for us. We have enjoyed the broadcast. Brett Rump no longer with us, but probably laughing the way this all ended up as the seesaw game that this ended up being, as Snider wins it in 9 to win the regional championship over Huntington North 4-3. I am Dean Pantazi. We appreciate you joining us, and that's it from Carroll.